Good afternoon. I'm Garrett Hart, Economic Development Director for Chesterfield County.
And I'm Joe Casey, County Administrator for Chesterfield County. Thank you for letting us be a part of the BBB experience.
Thank you.
So, Barry, can you explain the core mission of the Better Business Bureau and how it helps build trust within the community?
Yeah, the bottom line is we want companies to raise their hand, do an application with us, Garrett, and raise their hand and say, I want to be accredited. We vet that company. They then pay a fee. Under 50 employees is $550 a year, so it's less than $50 a month. And the core mission is that we watch that company forever as far as their interaction with consumers. If a consumer has a problem and wages a complaint about your company, we expect you to respond. We don't want you to ghost them, as they say. We monitor accredited and non-accredited businesses. How do we do that? We use the money that we circulate or we raise through accredited businesses to then share our brand with consumers at no charge. And it's kind of crazy. Nobody would start a core business, invest $1 million, and then you tell them you're going to get paid zero, right? It's crazy, but it's when you learn more about where we started and the why, you understand accredited businesses deserve a data boy or a data girl because they are protecting everyone, every consumer, which is a 10-year-old up to the day before you die, probably. Everybody's a consumer.
And I respect BBB so much so that your accreditation standards, I try and emulate them actually for the public sector because your customers are our citizens.
Correct.
And vice versa. So we want to care for everybody, the youngest to the oldest. And the way to do that is adhere to quality standards. So I applaud you in the accreditation processes you have and the validation and the constant monitoring that you do. So with that said, though, what are some of the misconceptions people have about the BB&B?
If you do that one.
Yeah. So one of the things is, for starters, we want to have a marketplace that starts with trust. And the BBB logo says in and of itself, we start with trust. And that is the expectation that we have for every business. So when you hear things that we have like pay to play, that doesn't exist with the BBB. You can't pay us and expect to be able to put up the BBB seal. It doesn't work like that. You have to go through the vetting process. That means that our lovely Jen and Crystal, they're going to do a background check on you. They're going to make sure that you're upholding, all the laws and the rules, and you're living with through the values through your business that we have at the BBB. Respect, honesty, and integrity. And if you don't have those things, then you obviously don't believe in having those things towards the consumer, so you can't be a part of the BBB. And then another misconception that people have is that we're a government agency. We are most definitely not a government agency.
I will validate that.
Yes. We are a nonprofit that rely on the accreditation funds annually that the businesses provide us. And so businesses out there offer us donations sometimes if we have events going on. Like we have restaurants, sometimes they bring us food, which is really great of them. So not a government agency. And then another misconception that they have is that our reviews are, they take so long. Well, there's a reason for that. One of the reasons that they take so long is because we actually double authenticate all of our reviews. Google puts up whatever review you put up. So it can be AI, it can be a bot, it can be whatever, It can be somebody that actually had an experience with you or didn't have an experience with you at all. We make sure that people provide proof that they had an experience with a business, and then that business has an opportunity to respond to that.
Well, I will say too, while you're not affiliated with government, we try and affiliate with you, and
and
I
we
love.
appreciate that. Yes.
Yeah, I almost want to have this vision that say, "Welcome to Chesterfield County," and you're now entering the BBB zone, so everything in front of you is BBB accredited.
Yep.
This was really important, Dr. Casey, to have you and Garrett here today, because I wanted to do this. I met with you gentlemen. I was here, I think, 2 months, and you're the only ones that raised your hand and invited me down. And we talked to Chris Winslow as a supervisor, and I applauded you to have an open mind to try to learn. And we have come up with a vision. I can visualize every business in Chesterfield County being accredited, be the first in the country. Now, what's the reality of 100%? Zero, because we're not going to accreditate them all first. And second, they're not going to see the value, not all of them. And that's terrible when you leave the telephone on. It's a scam, likely, Doctor. Sorry.
That is Barry Moore's phone.
Yeah, it
Just
is
repeat
Barry Moore's
phone.
always known to do
You
that.
saw me give him the stink eye, too.
I've done that before with Evie. It's not a good thing to do. I'll pay the price. But you guys reached out, and we are definitely working to get to businesses, and we have to handle 42 counties, and we go down to Brunswick County up to Charlottesville, Fauquier, Fredericksburg, Colonial Beach. I mean, we go Kilmarnock. I got a big footprint, but if we could only get one county to do it, let's start with Chesterfield and really grow it. And I really appreciate you taking that time, both of you, back that then.
No, and I just to digress for 1 second is,
Sure.
we're implementing one of the most sophisticated technological financial systems, ERPs, which has a procurement module and the fields of it. And we're going to talk further, but there's a field that we have placed a holder on for BBB affiliation or accreditation. And so, we have over probably $500 million of purchasing power each year
sure.
outside of our payroll of goods and services. And, the purist in me wants to make every local business have the opportunity to compete, to be the first right of refusal, and be in that database. And then when we have to sort through in the pleasantries of who's the best of the best, even locally, there's a distinguishment of the BBB accreditation, hopefully.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk further about that.
And I think you're going to realize that, and companies will realize, like-minded businesses wanted to do business with like-minded people that start with trust. So picking a vendor for the county is one thing. You probably have 5,000 vendors or whatever the number is. But then pull down that little shop that's got to buy different things. Why not do business with an accredited business anywhere in the world? But we're international. So, and from a standpoint of economic development, I think being able to advertise all the accreditations that we could do, you want to attract, satisfy, and retain great businesses, and that's what you do, Garrett, every time. And we want to make your life easier, not harder.
No, that's exactly. I'm really pleased to be here because your goals are aligned with ours.
Right.
What we are trying to do is make every business that's in Chesterfield successful, and you assist them in that and in multiple ways. But I would like for you guys to say how you support local businesses in maintaining a trustworthy relationships with their customers.
You want me to? Yeah. So one of the ways that we help support the local businesses, and it's one of the number one things that we say every day when we walk through the door here. Yes, we do help the consumer, but we want to be a partner with the business. So we want to be a part of their partnership. That means that we provide resources for them that help them be a better business every single day, whether it helps them with their marketing or it helps them communicate better with their consumer, or it helps them deal with employee issues. We have a lot of social issues that go on in the community that go kind of hidden under the rug. And one of the things that we like to do is be able to bring people in here and say, hey, let us work with your team. Let us get to know them a little bit better so that you all can actually get to know each other. I know what happens in the household shouldn't be brought to business, but unfortunately it is sometimes. And so that's why we decided to implement a big program that started 10 years ago in Phoenix, which was Ignite, sparked by BBB. The sign is right behind me. Ignite is a program that gives the Better Business Bureau an opportunity to have certain discussions with businesses and consumers that the BBB can't have every single day. And so that's why Barry brought me on board so that I can be able to have those discussions and deal with those issues, business and social alike.
That's great. Well, speaking about trust, and I try and talk to every new employee as part of their orientation. For me, the definition of local government trust, because it takes a long time to earn trust and a second to lose it. And the larger your workforce is, the more of the risk that one person can cause that issue. So I imagine some companies are like that. And for local government, at least, I say there's 4 key words. It's transparency, engagement, performance, and accountability. Really, accountability of the other 3 words. And so I imagine there's that trust element also of your businesses with their customers and even probably suppliers. It works both directions. So having said that, why is trust such a critical component for businesses, in today's ever-competing market?
And I'm going to do this fast because Evie knows I'm at 9 minutes already and I talk a lot. So really quickly, Evie, just for you, the bottom line is that we want people to know AI is going to really change our world, and it already is. Scams and fraud are happening from around the world. It's not now I talk at Triad events all the time, and it's not about buying 3 different extended warranties for your car. They get called over and over and over again. We have got to stop this scam and fraud, and that's what the Better Business Bureau does. Everything we're talking about is found at bbb.org. BBB.org. The scam tracker was shored up financially by, believe it or not, Amazon and Capital One. Capital One's a local company here and done amazing jobs. So hope that answers that question. And the real reason we wanted you to interview us is so the people listening, watching can really, and you're going to walk out of here, even though we all have the same color shirts on, just about, except for Effie. She's got the Ignite colors. But when you walk out of here, you're going to have a better understanding, I think, of we need communicators. We need raving fans, and we hope that you guys are raving fans. We are of Chesterfield County and all the counties we serve. So you want to wrap it up?
Thank you, gentlemen, so much for interviewing us, asking us those wonderful questions. Anyone that's listening on Spotify, make sure to follow us and comment down below. We want to know what you think and what you're interested in. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.